On the day I moved into the dorms, my roommate Harper White gave me a crystal bracelet as a gift, but I immediately put that bracelet on her mother Grace White's wrist instead. In my previous life, Harper wanted to become the campus social queen and was determined to date 100 boyfriends during college. But no matter how chaotic her private life was, she never got pregnant. Meanwhile, I, who remained single the whole time, kept getting pregnant over and over again, only to miscarry repeatedly. I was mocked by the entire school, students and faculty alike, who said I was promiscuous, shameless, and that my private life was a mess because I couldn't say no to any man. It wasn't until my 66th miscarriage that I died on the operating table from massive bleeding. Only after death did I learn that the crystal bracelet Harper had given me had bound us to a uterus exchange system. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself back on move-in day. Harper smiled as she pressed an exquisite crystal bracelet into my hand, saying enthusiastically, "We're going to be roommates from now on. I'm giving you this crystal bracelet as a gift, wearing it will bring you good luck." Looking at the familiar crystal bracelet before me, I realized I had been reborn. I said to Harper, "Thank you for the thought, but this crystal bracelet looks expensive. We just met, and it's not appropriate for you to give such an expensive gift. I can't accept it." With that, I pushed the crystal bracelet back toward her. Harper and Grace were dressed very plainly and didn't look wealthy. Plus, there were 4 people in the dorm room, but Harper was only giving me a gift. Something was obviously wrong. Just then, Carter Green pressed down on my hand and said, "Since Harper is giving it to you, just accept it. You're going to be living together for 4 years, don't you have any manners?" Harper chimed in, "Yeah, if you don't accept it, you're not giving me any respect." I smiled. Carter was a friend I'd grown up with, and I had applied to this school because of him. But what I hadn't expected was that before school even started, he was already together with Harper in the freshman group chat, and he specifically told me to keep my distance from him. I grabbed Carter's hand and said, "I think this bracelet would look good on you too. Why don't you wear it?" Carter was so scared he immediately shook off my hand and backed away several steps. "Harper gave this to you, how can you put it on me? That would be wasting her thoughtfulness." Sure enough, Carter knew about the bracelet's special effects. I then put the bracelet away and stopped talking. While Harper and Carter had their backs turned, I suddenly put the bracelet on Grace's wrist. Seeing the crystal bracelet emit a strange glow, I knew the uterus exchange system had successfully bound. Grace touched the bracelet and smiled with satisfaction, saying, "You're very sensible. My daughter insisted on giving you such an expensive bracelet, but I couldn't bear to part with it." Then she said to me, "You're so young yet you dress so flashily, I suppose you're planning to seduce men? Don't lead my daughter astray in the future. I'll just take this bracelet back, and don't tell Harper about it so she won't throw a tantrum with me." I smiled and said, "Grace, don't worry, I definitely won't tell her." In my previous life, after I put on this crystal bracelet, I was forced to bind with Harper's uterus exchange system. She was determined to become the school's social queen and date a full 100 boyfriends. Harper often didn't return to the dorm at night, going on dates with different boyfriends to various places. But no matter how chaotic Harper's private life was, she never got pregnant. Instead, I, who remained single, kept getting mysteriously pregnant and then miscarrying. Before long, news of my frequent pregnancies and miscarriages spread throughout the entire school. Almost everyone who saw me would call me shameless. Even my classmates openly mocked me, calling me a woman who can't say no to any man. No matter how I tried to explain, no one believed me. Even the doctors at the hospital would shake their heads when they saw me. One said, "Young girls these days don't take care of their bodies at all. You don't even use protection. Are you treating your body like a joke?" Finally, during my 66th miscarriage, I hemorrhaged and died on the operating table. This time, I won't let Harper's scheme succeed. Let Grace bear the consequences of her daughter's mistakes. After completing the enrollment procedures, Harper volunteered to treat our entire dorm to dinner. At the dinner table, Harper lifted her head and proudly announced, "My goal is to become the most famous socialite on campus and date 100 boyfriends. Someone as charming as me should fully showcase my appeal throughout the university." My 2 other roommates and I all frowned. My roommate Luna Edwards, who had a very straightforward personality, asked, "What? That doesn't seem right. You're treating relationships like a game. And Carter is your boyfriend. Doesn't he mind you saying this right in front of him?" Before Harper could respond, Carter quickly defended her. "What do you know? This is called being open and free. I love Harper's carefree personality. It's absolutely captivating. Besides, I'm Harper's steady boyfriend. Everyone else is just passing through. As long as Harper has me in her heart, what's there for me to mind?" After saying this, they held hands, gazed into each other's eyes, and smiled sweetly. My 2 other roommates and I exchanged glances and smiled too. However, we found these 2 people ridiculous. I shook my head. Carter had been smart and kind in high school. How had he become like this? I really didn't know why I had ever liked him. Afterward, Harper excitedly continued discussing her master plan. She said, "Our school has 8 departments, so I can date 10 guys from each department, then allocate some spots to people from off campus. If I could get involved with a few professors, that would be even better. How's that? My distribution is pretty fair, right? This way everyone gets a chance to be with me." I knew there was no point in trying to talk her out of it, so I just kept nodding and praised her decision as brilliant. Luna couldn't help but remind her, "If you're going to date so many guys, you need to take proper precautions. If you accidentally get pregnant, that would be trouble, and abortion would be even more harmful to your body." Harper said dismissively, "I never use protection. Skin-to-skin contact feels the best. Don't worry, I won't get pregnant." I pretended to be shocked and asked, "Why not? Do you have some kind of condition that prevents pregnancy?" Harper glared at me and said, "Don't talk nonsense. As long as I don't want to get pregnant, I won't. If I want to get pregnant, I naturally will, because I have a secret weapon." As she spoke, her eyes glanced toward my wrist. Seeing the crystal bracelet on my wrist, she revealed a smug smile. However, what Harper didn't know was that the bracelet on my wrist was a similar-looking one I'd bought at the school gate. The real bracelet she had originally given me was now on Grace's wrist. That night, Harper didn't return to the dorm, and neither did Carter. The 3 of us remaining in the room had an unspoken understanding not to cover for her. When the teacher came for room checks, we didn't help conceal her absence either. At midnight, Harper posted a message in the freshman group chat. "The beds at the hotel near school are too hard, made my back and legs all sore." She also sent a photo of herself in a bathrobe, half reclining on the bed with one shoulder exposed. Seeing this message, many guys started replying to her. "Are you posting photos like this at night because you don't want us to sleep? Are you really sore just because the bed is hard?" Once she'd gotten enough of a reaction, Harper sent another message, "Anyone who wants to date me can DM me directly."